When will an HIV vaccine be available? Could it be in the next 5 years, or maybe never? But never is something that optimists do not agree with. They would rather go with an answer like, we do not know. But scientists are sure that a vaccine will be found, no matter the time it takes. But this will require the participation of people. So can you be willing to take part in a study in finding a vaccine against HIV?
Yeah, I'm willing.
Why?
I want to see whether they can get the medicine.
But as patriotism, I'm Ugandan, I'm an African. I care about my nation. And even I have children. So it means the medicine can start on me so that it can help my children.
However, to participate, they have to be HIV negative.
The vaccine administered, usually it's 3 times, and then get blood drawn so we can monitor the responses in their blood, their immune responses, as well as physical exams.
These studies are in phases. 1, which is in very few people and tests for safety. 2 looks at safety, but a broader group of people. And 2B sets out to see if the vaccine can actually work.
Phase 3 is a licensing trial. That's where you say, I want to bring this particular drug, vaccine, etc. to market because it's safe, it induces a response that we think is good, and will it be protective?
Recruitment is a challenge, according to Phase 1 trial expert Sarah Schlezinger from the Rockefeller University.
We need the people who volunteer to fully understand what's happening, what the vaccine is, what's going to be happening to their bodies.
This is a fact, as the people NTV interviewed had to be told what a vaccine trial entails. Of the 8 we spoke to, 2 said no. Some people like Florence and Eva said yes to participating in the trials because they have been affected by HIV.
They either have a friend or loved one who's infected and may have died, so they know how bad the disease is.
For Kim Mashu, undertaking HIV prevention communication made her interact with researchers, and she was a recruiter before being recruited herself.
It seemed like a natural thing to do, to do what I'd been asking so many other people.
Some people have fears for the vaccines. Since childhood, they have had nothing good said about them.
All of the vaccines that go into human trials are very safe. We test them extensively in small animals and then in non-human primates first.
Recruiting enough women volunteers is difficult. In the Phase 1 trial being undertaken in Uganda by the Makerere Walter Reed Project, of the 40 needed, 30 have enrolled and only 3 are women.
Very few of them take independent decisions, and yet, as you're aware, the HIV epidemic has hits women the hardest.
Admittedly, there's a criterion that needs to be met in order for women to join such trials.
We don't want women to enroll women who are pregnant just because we don't know what the effect, the vaccine, whether it's safe for the developing baby or not. And we also talk to women about making sure that they use contraception during this study because we don't want them to become pregnant.
In HVTN 505, the only efficacy study in Phase 2B in the world conducted in the US, finding participants required exploration of all sources, including the internet. Walter Reed takes advantage of the radio listenership in Uganda, which is about 80%, as well as physically going to the communities.
I think there'll always be a place for what I call feet on the street. It's going feet on the street. It's going out, it's walking the streets, it's going to clubs and bars, it's going to college campuses.
As the human resource to be studied gets found, a fierce search for funds made by humans also rises with each phase.
If you take it that the cost of doing a Phase 3 study to actually prove that, finding that your vaccine works, it's of the order of a few $100 million. So we don't have that.
The funders are, however, challenged by the many studies being conducted.
What a tragedy if we make the wrong choice and we leave something which now in many, many years has discovered to have been the answer, but we didn't select it.
Then again, finding a vaccine that works is not enough. It has to be scalable and implementable.
It has to be globalized.
As the world of science continues the search for an efficacious vaccine, more volunteers are needed. The question comes back to you. Would you be willing to participate in finding a vaccine or even a cure for this burdensome disease, which according to the World Health Organization has globally killed more than 25 million people over the past 30 years? Florence Nalima, NTV.